Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Vezina Cup semifinals here live from Patterson Ice Center in Grand Rapids here on MCHC TV. Yours truly, Captain Lou, along with my tag team partner tonight, Parker Morrison from the CMU Hockey Network. And Parker, what a great atmosphere we've got here for a semifinal night. The top team in the land, Lawrence Tech, taking on the 13th ranked or 11th ranked team in Division III, that being the Knights of Calvin. Parker, this ought to be a dandy.
Oh, it will be. Number 1 in the nation, Lawrence Tech, against number 10, Calvin University. Now, Lou, they faced up before in the season, a series split, 0-3 the first game in favor of Lawrence Tech, 3-1 in favor of Calvin on the second. It should be a very tight matchup today, Lou.
Well, I look at Lawrence Tech, Parker, and you know, you look at their goaltending stats to begin with. There's a reason why their goaltender, Prisbillo, is ranked as one of the top goalies in the conference, if not the nation. I mean, he's got a .949 save percentage, to, you know, just for starters. And this is a team, this is one of the better Lawrence Tech teams I think I can ever remember seeing.
Well, it's clearly helped them in their record, 24-4-1 overall, 12-1-1 in the conference. But the most important one here is 2-0-0 on neutral ice. That gives them a little bit of an advantage here. Calvin cannot say the same for their record, 1-1-0. It's going to be a tight one again.
You know, these two teams, Calvin and Lawrence Tech, you know, we can brag about it. This is by far, in Division III in the ACHA, the best conference, you know, bar none. They've won every national championship except 2019 when Sioux College raced through D3. They've won every championship, I believe, in the last 14 out of the last 15 years. Well, and this is kind of a precursor. We've got Hope and Oakland playing over in the other rink over here, two powerhouses that have made their mark over the years. So Calvin, they know what it's like to play at a championship level. Lawrence Tech, they know what it's like to get to nationals. This, again, can't wait for this one, Parker. Calvin's got some, they've got some goal scorers as well.
They really do, and I was able to have a conversation with the head coach of the Calvin Knights. He said that he's really enjoyed playing as the underdog this season, as for their entire team, and clearly it's helped them out here. They are ranked number 10 in the nation right now. He said that they've been able to, over the year, kind of work to see what's clicked with their team, what hasn't, and he said the same is true for Lawrence Tech. He's very excited to see how this matchup plays up. I mean, Calvin coming in as the underdog, they have all year, but they've clearly been able to showcase their talent, and they sit at number 10 in the nation right now, clearly showcased all year long.
Well, you know, Calvin comes into this game 6-0 win over Grand Valley. That's incredible. I mean, I've watched them play Grand Valley this year. I've done one of their games, and they definitely look like they were the top team in the land. So now what are they, number 2? As, you know, Lawrence Tech took over the number 1 spot in the final rankings going down into nationals. These two teams are going to nationals, but what I've seen over the years in this tournament, everybody in this league wants that Vezina Cup. Hope wants it, LTU wants it, Calvin wants it. There's going to be no holding back, even though these teams are going to natties.
Well, it doesn't matter how much of a heater you're on. Calvin coming in, 6-game heater so far.
Yeah.
When you're continuing to play in the Vezina Cup, momentum thrown out the window completely. Your last game, yes, of course it's going to help you on the bench. Is it going to help you on the ice? Probably not, because when you come into an environment like the Vezina Cup, where every team wants it just as bad, if not more than you, it's a hostile barn, no matter which team you are, and they are going to keep fighting till the very end.
So you've seen this Lawrence Tech team play. What do you think is their biggest strength?
Their biggest strength is, no question, their power play. Coming from CMU and watching them play earlier in the year, hurts to say as a Chippewa, but they destroyed us on the power play. And I'm thinking that's exactly what they're going to come in here tonight. I unfortunately was not able to have a conversation in depth with the Lawrence Tech coach, but their big thing is they draw the penalties and they capitalize on them. That's the biggest one, is a lot of teams will try to play the penalty game, draw those penalties, but not a lot can actually capitalize like Lawrence Tech. They have an outstanding power play record this year.
They're a very well coached team. I talked to head coach Ken Gaffney for a couple of minutes tonight, and obviously he's thrilled to be here in the semifinals. And as I mentioned at the top, I think this is one of their best teams it is by far the best team that I've seen them put on the ice in the last 10 years. They had a run back in the defunct NAIA back in the 2018 season where they did well. But what I really enjoy seeing with this LTU program is they've gotten a D1 program going that just missed out on going to Natties. The D3 team is doing well, so Parker, just this program has really picked up.
It really has. I mean, you look at their roster, they've got 42 guys. Only 6 of them don't have points on the season. One of their goalies has a point this season coming off an assist. I mean, their team has grown exponentially the past couple years. They continue to be a powerhouse in the ACHA. I don't doubt they stop tonight.
And you talk about building a program over the years. It all starts with Mike Petrusma, the head coach of the D1 program. He's groomed Austin Huizinga to be a very, very good coach. They were a D3 power for years. They won the national championship 20 years ago. 8 years ago, they made it down to 7 years ago, they were in the finals in Columbus against Aquinas, and they packed that barn down there. It was the practice rink for Columbus, the Blue Jackets, and, I mean, it was packed. There wasn't a seat to be had. The Grand Rapids faithful made the trip. They've made the Final Four. Now they've got a D1 program that is really come together. And again, as we mentioned, Austin Huizinga has helped build this program at the D3 level back, Parker, and they've got a lot of weapons. They're young, and they can hit you from all over.
Well, you mentioned just forming your team, starting from the coaching staff, and you're right, they've done exactly that. A lot of these guys, Lou, are freshmen that are going to come out on the ice tonight, and a lot of them, 4 in particular, have more than 15 points. That's an outrageous stat to throw out to your players on the ice. And when you've got that depth that Lawrence Tech has, that they've built up over the past couple years, you're going to be able to play a lot faster. You're going to be able to play with a lot more speed. So it's going to be tough for Calvin to kind of slow them down offensively. But the same is true on Calvin's side. It's going to be hard for both teams to slow each offense down.
Well, you mentioned the depth, and both teams has 4 lines that they can throw out there and not hesitate. And when you get to this point, when you're in the semifinals in a conference tournament in the elite conference in Division III, that tells you that you're good, and they're going to be able to use that when they go down to nationals coming up in a week and a half already, as these two teams are getting their last-minute instructions. You see the Zamboni making one last swipe here on the ice here at the Patterson Ice Center, and you look at these banners here. They've seen a lot of championship teams here at Davenport. This place is rich in history. There's been a lot of great games, a lot of great Vezina Cup games here, Parker, and gosh, I think this is going to set up to be a dandy.
Oh, it absolutely is. No matter who ends up in the final, both teams want it really, really bad. Hope over there is battling it out against Oakland, even though Oakland did not, unfortunately, make the Natties themselves. They're playing like they've got nothing to lose over there. I was able to catch the first period, Lou. They're physical over there. God. And so Hope's going to have their hands full on that rink. We are over here for the Calvin Knights against Lawrence Tech. Blue Devils, I mean, it's going to be a tough one over here. Every team wants it really bad for their school. They're not going to stop fighting.
You talk about another couple of teams rich in tradition in the MCHC and the Division III level. Oakland with their run back in the mid-teens to right around 2020 before COVID. 4 straight trips to the Final Four for Oakland. And, year after year going into the national tournament. And Hope College all those years, Coach Chris Van Timmeren got his team close, finally was able to break through in 2018 to get that first ring. They've got a couple of more since then. Last year getting all the way to the championship game against Michigan. They're looking to come back. You know that's in the back of their mind, losing in that championship game. And, they want to keep going before they make their eventual bump up to D1 in a couple of years. So, this is such an electric atmosphere here this weekend. And, boy, I can't wait to get this one started. Well, we're just about set to go here. The we're just waiting for the referees to come back out onto the ice. We see the coaching staffs both head out to their respective benches. Ken Gaffney and Austin Heisinger, they'll share a handshake. And again, a lot of friendships, Parker, built here in the MCHC. Once the puck is dropped, the friendship, it goes away for 60 minutes or maybe more.
Yeah, well, it might be maybe more today, Lou. These are very, very good teams we might see in overtime today. I wouldn't be surprised if we do. I think it might be deadlocks for a lot of the game. It's going to get physical out there.
Well, I was talking to the head man in charge here, Reagan Cleaves, and I asked him for his prediction. And he gave me the line from Rocky 3 from Clubber Lane. Pain. So I think might be what this is going to be tonight, as both teams now will head out onto the ice. In a moment, we'll step aside and get the announcements of the starting lineups, and then we will listen to the national anthem, and then we'll get this one underway. It's the Blue Devils of Lawrence Tech. It's the Knights of Calvin, and it's coming up next. And it's here on MCHC.TV. All right, the playing of the national anthem, the announcements of the starting lineups. That means it is go time. Here from the Patterson Ice Center again, along with my tag team partner, Parker Morrison, yours truly, Captain Lou, and the goalies for tonight's game. Parker for Calvin, Ryan Warrow, 7-4-1, 928 save percentage, 2 goals against, and a shutout. And we talked about the outstanding numbers for Owen Prisbillo for Lawrence Tech. 8-1, 1.22, 949 save percentage, and 3 shutouts.
Well, 2 very good goalies coming in here tonight. Again, when I assume it to be an offensive battle, Lou, it's going to be tough for both goalies to stop everything coming their way, but with those amazing save percentages, you never know.
Well, it's going to come down to, in my opinion, Parker, the team that makes the first mistake, will the other team be able to capitalize? And we'll find out. All right, everybody, Calvin will be in their road maroon jerseys with the gold trim, gold helmets, and gold numerals. Lawrence Tech will be in their home whites with the blue trim, blue numerals, blue helmets. They'll be going from left to right on your television screen, computer dial, however you're watching around the world on MCHC TV. All right, off the face-off, the puck will be played now down in the Calvin zone. They'll look to get it out to center ice, played there briefly by Schoen as it's played down into the Lawrence Tech zone. Trying to make a play on it is Yakinen deep in the Lawrence Tech zone. Lammers will throw it around the boards, played in behind the goal. A little pass now deflected back down into the Calvin end. It'll be not quite far enough for icing. Philo will chase back after it for the Knights as they make a quick change. Puck played out into the neutral zone. Here comes Lammers up over the line. He's deflected away from the puck. Now coming the other way is Juhas. He'll bring it up over the line. He tries to throw one past Warrose. And he climbs or collides into the goaltender. Parker, we get our first whistle 53 seconds in.
Well, a couple of big hits already coming from both sides. We didn't expect it to come out this physical already. Expected a little bit of an ease in, but they're playing, and they're playing physical.
Juhas with 18 goals and 16 helpers for Lawrence Tech in this regular season as we get a face-off to the left of Ryan Warrose, the sophomore. For Calvin, off the face-off, held in. Barnes has it. His play deflected, and here comes Bibelos. He'll throw one up over the line. Here comes Ottman up on the line with a shot right into the bread basket of Prisbillo. So a giveaway gives the Knights a chance, but Prisbillo able to cut it off.
Well, that was a great look from Calvin, their first of the night. And when you get the body in the way to deflect the pass, Lou, you get the fast break opportunity. Unfortunately, wasn't able to capitalize.
Good play by Bibelos to set that up as well. Off the face-off, Otson with a shot up over the top of the goal. Held in at the point by Austin. He'll throw it around. Back out in the slot area. One off the goalpost. I believe we got a little bit iron on that one. Schweigert helps hold it in briefly. Now it's played deep in the Lawrence Tech zone. A little about face also trying to make a play on it was Diker. It's held in by Schweigert again. Calvin with a little bit of heat here in the first 90 seconds. This one's going to roll all the way down into the Calvin end. It's going to have to be played by Warrose. And finally, he'll glove it off as coming in hard that time was Luke Rado, who's got 9 goals. Or check that, number 93, Devin Genzel with 4 goals and 6 helpers.
Well, a very good decision by the Calvin Knights goalie over there to glove that one up. Could have been a very bad mistake for them if the Blue Devils were able to take that one and capitalize.
Face-off again will be to the right or the left of Ryan Warrose. In for the face-off is Percival. Puck held in. Schoen has it at the blue line. He throws one right at the glove of Warrose. And he'll hang on for another face-off deep in the Calvin zone with 18:15 left in the opening period. Again, another face-off to the left of Warrose. This one won by the Knights. Bibelos will chase around the boards after it. It'll be tipped out to center ice. Trying to chase after it are the Knights, but Lawrence Tech with numbers. This one deflected high off the side of the goal. They'll play it around the boards deep in the Calvin zone. Digging away at it, trying to come up with the loose puck. Held in at the blue line by Rubeline. He throws it around in behind the Lawrence Tech goal. This one will be deflected, held in. Good play to hold it in. It's thrown around the boards in behind the Lawrence Tech goal. Get a couple of changes for the Knights now. Here come the Blue Devils. They'll dump it around the boards back deep as they make a wholesale line change. Quickly, though, they get into the zone, but good stick work by Lammers. Lammers cut off as he got into the Lawrence Tech zone the other way. It's going to be played by Reyes down inside behind the Calvin goal. They'll throw it around, held in at the point. Played over on the far side. There's a shot blocked. That time by Gents. Played over on the far side. They still chop away at it in the slot in the Calvin end. Now played out into the neutral zone. Going to be chased after by Redersma. He plays it over on the side of the goal. Puck played deep in the Lawrence Tech zone now to be played out to center ice. Randall take a chance at it right there. Played back now deep in his own end. Puck played out at the blue line now again, thrown around the boards. Played deep in the Lawrence Tech zone. Little give and go in the back area now as they dig away at it. There's one kicked away high off the glass. Played out to center ice now with an opportunity the other way. Here comes Gents. There's a one-time shot. Kicked away. Played over on the far side. Good feed that time to Holmes. Now to be played back out to center ice. Here's an opportunity the other way coming up after Klumperens. His play deflected. Soba has it over on the far side. Puck played out to center ice, down into the Calvin end. They're going to wave off the icing. And actually, they are going to call icing, so we'll get the face-off back down into the Lawrence Tech zone.
Well, Lou, what I've seen from Calvin so far is a lot of speed. They've been able to take down 2 icing calls already and beat their man every single time they've gotten a look, every single time they've gotten a fast break. Have they been able to capitalize on it? Not yet. But they are playing with a lot more speed than the Blue Devils have come out with thus far. All
right, face-off will be to the right of Prisbillo. 2-1 shots on goal in favor of Lawrence Tech. The face-off again will be to Prisbillo's right. Owen Diker will take the face-off as he will go up against Luke Radu. Radu with 9 goals and 15 assists for Owen Diker, 12 and 11 here on the 2023-24 season. Off the face-off, held in by Rubeline. He'll throw it around the boards. They'll chase after it in behind the goal. They'll dig away at it in behind the Lawrence Tech goal. Little over 4 minutes gone in this opening period. Puck held in at the blue line. They still dig away at it. Finally, the Blue Devils will come up with it. They'll play it out to the blue line, and it's going to be played over on the far side. Little give and go over on the far side, deep in the Blue Devil zone. Now they're able to get it out to center ice, but Calvin will throw it right back down. They have to get on side, and they do. Nifty stick work to get the puck out as it's going to be played in the neutral zone area. Stawinski was able to get it out so we could get a couple of changes for the Blue Devils. A tie-up right here. Oh, a big hit right at center ice as it looked like the potential for Lawrence Tech to make a play. Instead, it's dumped back down. A little back and forth we go. 5 minutes gone in this opening period of a scoreless tie. Lawrence Tech now trying to apply a little bit of pressure. Chasing after it for Lawrence Tech was DeHaas. He's got 19 goals on the regular season. There's a feed a little too strong. And they're going to wave off. Oh, no, they're going to call icing. So we'll get a face-off down in the Calvin zone. 14:44 left to go, opening period. We're scoreless.
The Calvin bench up in arms there. They wanted a call. They're not going to get one as we're going to head back to the face-off on the Calvin zone. It's been an offensive battle, a little bit of give and go. The last time these teams saw each other, Lou, it was a battle in the neutral zone. The exact opposite comes here today. It's been one-sided for 1 minute, switch and flip the next. Again, an offensive battle as we predicted.
All right, face off to the left of Warrose. As it's played still deep in the Calvin end. They'll try to come up with it as they play it around the board. It's going to be played there by Calvin. They get it out to center ice, quickly chasing after it. For the Knights that time, it was Josh Philo. They dig away at it in the near side. Now Lawrence Tech will come up with it. They'll skate it out of the zone. Blaine Young will play it. Now that's going to be played down into the Calvin end. And again, we get a quick icing call. That was close. But the face-off will come back down into the Lawrence Tech zone.
Lawrence Tech putting the burners on to try to get there. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get the call back to a face-off on Lawrence Tech zone. But Calvin being able to keep it in their zone, get it away from the blue line has been phenomenal thus far.
All right, the face-off will be to the left of Prisbillo. Still 2-1, only the shots on goal advantage in favor of Lawrence Tech. through the first 5 minutes and change. Ooh, a centering play blocked, and it's going to be held in at the point. Philo will throw it around over on the far side. Lawrence Tech will just lift it out to center ice. It'll be knocked down by Josiah Lambers. He's a transfer that played only here in this second semester, but he's got 9 points here in the opening month and a half. Puck played around the boards. Now it's going to be played by Barnes. He'll just lift it out to center ice. Good pass intended that time for Rays. Rays with 11 goals, as I mentioned. Now it's back down into the Lawrence Tech end, and we'll get a icing call and a face-off down here on the other side.
Well, as fast as these skaters have been, Lou, there's been a lot of icing calls in just the past 7 minutes. Both teams trying to put the burners on to get there and just not able to finish the stretch.
Face-off will be to the left of Warrose. Got a little confusion there as they look to set it up. Now we get a tie-up after that face-off. Backhand shot deflected over into the near corner. Ooh, a big hit over on the near corner as well. Parker, you mentioned it, the lumber is being laid here in the early going. Puck played out to the blue line now, and Lawrence Tech will have to get onside, so Calvin will get control of the puck. They'll just dump it down into the neutral zone. Both teams with some changes on the fly. Puck played around down into the Calvin end. They'll chop at it there, and we get a whistle away from the play. And I don't know if we're going to get a penalty call coming up or not. We'll wait and see. 13:04 to go, opening period. And it looks like we got too many men on the ice, it looks like, for Calvin. So an opening power play opportunity for Lawrence Tech.
Looks like that was going to be called on Zach Seaman. We'll await the official announcement from the PA, but that's going to hurt Calvin a lot. He's got 20 points on the year so far, 13 of those in assists. So we'll head back to a face-off.
6:56 the time of the penalty. Here's one that's whistled wide, held in at the point. Played there now. Jentz has it on top. Little give and go over on the far side with Holmes. They'll look to try to quarterback this power play. Still 1:45 left. There's a shot from the high slot, kicked away by Warrose, taken by Rand. Now puck still on top. Oh, an opportunity. Juhas sets it up in the slot again. They chase after it over on the far side. Lawrence Tech with their first power play opportunity. There's one right at the doorstep. Loose in the high slot. There's a shot in traffic. Rebound, and he scores! Luke Rideau cleans up the mess, and it's a power play goal.
Well, Lou, I mentioned this in the pregame, and I'll say it again now. Lawrence Tech's power play percentage, their ability to capitalize on the man advantage, has been phenomenal all year. They show it again tonight. With only 40 seconds into the play, they take the lead 1-0 with 12 minutes left in the first.
Time of the goal, 7 minutes and 35 seconds. Lawrence Tech draws first blood on that power play, 1-0 in favor of the Blue Devils. Puck played in behind the Calvin goal. Now the Knights will look to regroup as they played out in the center ice. Puck played in the neutral zone again, up over Barnes. His shot whistled wide of the goal. Puck played now deep in the Calvin end. Lawrence Tech with a little extra pep in their step after that power play goal. Lifted out into the neutral zone. We get a whistle played with a high stick. 11:44 to go, 1-0 Lawrence Tech, thanks to the Luke Rideau goal at 7:35, his 10th of the year.
Well, he's been absolutely phenomenal all year. He actually got a power play goal against Central Michigan University during his time in Mount Pleasant in their, I believe, 7-1 win. Excuse me, 9-2 win.
Parker must have missed a couple of goals. He must have had to take a break or something.
Must have just mind blocked it a little bit as a Chippewa.
Well, I know how those days went 40 years ago when I was there on campus. Puck played in the neutral zone. Now here comes Lawrence Tech. They'll skate it down into the zone. Played down there by Stawinski. His pocket is picked. A potential breakaway opportunity for Calvin, but instead the puck played back into the Lawrence Tech end. 11:15 to go here in this opening period. 1-0 Lawrence Tech. Puck deflected high in the air. Still played in the Lawrence Tech zone. Now it's going to be played out to center ice. They'll dump it down Gentswell as Lawrence Tech looks to make a change. Seaman tips it now into the neutral zone area. Little back and forth we go now with 10:53 to go in this opening period. Lawrence Tech throws it down in behind the Calvin goal. Quickly back there to come up with the puck. Played around the boards now over on the far side. Calvin will come up with it. Sova has it. He'll get it to Seaman. Seaman over to Schweigert. Schweigert tries to make the angle with an odd-angled shot. Kicked away by Prisbillo. This one will be deflected out into the neutral zone. They'll chase back after it. DeHaas trying to make a play on it along with Radu. Radu with the goal here on the power play. Puck played in the right face-off circle. Long rebound. Oh, he couldn't come up with the opportunity that time was Genzel. Here's an opportunity again for Lawrence Tech. They'll look to make a change as Calvin will look to regroup. Parker, I really love the speed of this Lawrence Tech team. Very impressive.
They've been absolutely phenomenal all night, and they look to continue it.
Puck played in the neutral zone now. Here comes Lawrence Tech up over the line, trying to make a play on it. Calvin back on defense. Malisko will throw it down the length of the ice. Or actually, Biblos will. My apologies. And we'll get an icing call and a face-off back into Calvin's zone.
Well, it's been all Lawrence Tech the past couple of minutes, Lou. Just pounding the offensive pressure. Calvin struggling to clear their zone there. They need to regroup themselves and collect themselves defensively to try to clear the zone and get something going.
Off the face-off, Walsh wins that. They play it around the boards, but Calvin will come up with it. Pass a little too strong for Biblos as it's played back at center ice. Now here's an opportunity for Barnes. He comes up over the line, skates in, tries to center one. Nobody home for the Blue Devils. Puck played over on the far side, now tipped back and forth. Now it's out to center ice again. This one will roll down in the Lawrence Tech zone. We'll get fresh legs out for both teams. Coming up on 9 minutes left to go here in this opening period, a 1-0 lead for the Blue Devils. Puck thrown around the boards, tipped in the face-off circle area. Now here's a giveaway opportunity in the slot, just wide. Big hit over in the near side. Puck played in behind the goal, and Diker will try to make a play on it along with Gavin Holmes for Lawrence Tech. Postal as well trying to make a play to clear the zone, but Lawrence Tech again really busy in the offensive zone. Now it's tipped out to center ice, and we'll get some changes for the Knights. Puck played by Calvin again deep in their own zone. Lammers will outlet it and quickly skating it down and throwing it around the boards is Heath. Played over on the far side. Lawrence Tech will clear it out to center ice, and they'll just play it back into the Calvin zone.
Back and forth play the past couple of minutes here, Lou.
Chasing back after it, Lammers trying to get some pressure on him deep in the zone as DeHaas still played deep in the Calvin end. Lawrence Tech, as Parker mentioned, really taking the play to him here. But now here's an opportunity. Hart up over the line on the far side. His play goes wide and behind the goal. Lawrence Tech will look to clear it. They lift it, but it's held in. Redersma, there's a shot just wide of the goal taken by Redersma. Played over in the near side. This one's going to be lifted down into the Calvin end. 7:45 to go. Opening period 1-0. Philo throws it high off the glass, takes an old Joe Louis Arena bounce in front of the goal, but it's going to be played out to center ice. Lawrence Tech now will try to make a play on it. Rand fell over, and we get a whistle and a stoppage of play.
Well, the back and forth moving now in favor of Calvin. It was all LTU for about 2 minutes there, shot after shot, pressure after pressure. Calvin's flipped the tables a little bit here, getting a few good looks off, a few fast break opportunities. They're going to try to keep that up over the next couple minutes, because the second you let up against the #1 team in the ACHA for men's D2, or excuse me, men's D3, they're going to take advantage of that, and they have already, leading 1-0.
Well, Lawrence Tech's going to go back to the power play. Oberski is going to be hauled off for tripping. The time of the penalty, 12:31. So an opportunity 1-for-1 already. Lawrence Tech with the extra man. And Calvin now is going to have to go on the penalty kill. Radu will take the face-off. He's got the power play goal for the Blue Devils. Off the face-off, won cleanly by the Blue Devils. Gents plays it to Juhas. Quick cross-ice pass, tipped by Schweigert. It'll be played deep by DeHaas. He tries to center one. That one's deflected in behind the goal. Juhas will play it around the boards again. He'll skate it out, rolls it down in behind the goal. DeHaas will play it there. They chop at it deep in the Calvin end. 1:35 left with the extra man. The tripping call on Oberski. Now here come the Knights. They try to clear the zone, but instead Lawrence Tech keeping the pressure on deep. There's one right out in front. Calvin will be able to come up with it and play it out to center ice.
They've had a few good slots in the shot, nothing to come.
Here we go on the high slot. Calvin able to come up with it. They'll be able to whiz it down the length of the ice. Prisbillo will come out of the net to play it. 1:05 left with the extra man. 6:30 to go here in this opening period. Here comes Lawrence Tech now. They'll get it up over the line. Good pressure. Initially, as Walsh will skate it around in behind the goal. He'll look to play it over on the far side. He'll drop it off over there. Played now, a little give and go. Looking to set it up. Cross ice pass. Barnes thought about it. Hopped over his stick. They'll look to regroup with the puck. Lumber flying all over the place as well. Barnes skates it out to the blue line. Still 30 seconds left with the extra man. Barnes one hands it. Good penalty kill so far by the Knights. As they'll look to clear the zone. Bebelos can't quite get it cleared. Now he's got possession of the puck. He'll throw it down the length of the ice. Prisbillo thought about playing it, but he backtracked with it with 12 seconds left to go here in the power play. 5:35 to go in this opening period. DeHaas will skate it quickly up over the line. Drop pass. There's a shot. Radu took it. Shouldered away by Warose. Puck played in behind the goal now. There's an opportunity deflected. Turnaround shot. Played high over the side of the goal. Both teams back at full strength. 1 for 2 now on the power play with a centering play. And Radersma will look to clear the zone. Now it's played out to center ice. Postal didn't see the puck coming, but now here comes Harth. Calvin with a good penalty kill, looks to get something going now, trailing 1-0. Here comes Postal up over the line with a shot. And Prisbillo with the big save to keep it a 1-0 game.
That was the best look that they've seen in about 4 minutes there, Lou. That power play didn't end up in anything for LTU. Calvin learning from their mistakes. As we talked about in the pregame, their coach finding what works for them throughout the entire game. They change things, and you know this from watching any NHL team. Your coach is going to change who you send out on the penalty kill. They did just that, sending 2 new Knights out there, and it worked for them. They killed that one off. 1 for 2 on the Knights so far. 4:55 left to go here in Grand Rapids.
We got now a power play opportunity for Calvin, as taking a seat is going to be DeHaas. So the first power play opportunity for the Knights. Time of that penalty is 15:05. So there's one with a shot. Prisbillo able to hang on. So Calvin with the chance to get the equalizer. Again, the time of the penalty, 15:05. DeHaas going to the box.
Well, you mentioned DeHaas going to the box, and he's got 33 points in just 28 games played. That's going to hurt the Devils.
Face off to the right of Prisbillo. This one's going to go down the length of the ice into the Calvin end. Roughing the call on DeHaas. So Calvin now with their first power play opportunity. They'll bring it out of their zone. A little too strong for Bebelos, and it'll be played out to center ice and dumped back down into the Calvin end. DeHaas tried to make a play shorthanded, but was able to get it into the Calvin zone. 1:18 left with the extra man, 4:10 to go. There's a shot deflected. Rebound is loose, right out in front. Oh, it rolled right to the crease. Played over on the far side. They'll chop away at it over there. It's pinned up against the boards with 1:03 left to go at the extra man. 3:55 to go in the period. Puck held in right in front of the Lawrence Tech bench. Played over on the far side. Now this one will be lifted off the boards down into the neutral zone. 3:40 to go in this opening period. 1-0 in favor of Lawrence Tech. A power play goal by Luke Radu at 7:35. Now the puck played in the Calvin end as they look to try to get one more opportunity, maybe with 30 seconds to go to set up the power play. Oberski will backhand it down into the Lawrence Tech zone. Played over there in behind the goal. Big hit. Nobody worse for wear as it's back out to center ice, and Owen Diker will chase back after it. 15 seconds left with the extra man. 3:05 to go in the period. Good play to avoid a check by Yakinen. Here's a giveaway, shorthanded, coming the other way. And on goal, but a good back check that time by Rubeline. As coming in on goal was Blaine Young, shorthanded. A nifty move there as well by Yakinen. He'll bring it up over the line into the high slot. His play cornered and deflected away before he could get into the goal. Puck played now out at center ice. Here's an opportunity for Lawrence Tech. Trickles into the Calvin end, back and forth. Lawrence Tech trying to get possession of the puck. Holmes trying to make a play on it. This one held in, now it hopped into the neutral zone, so Tech will have to get onside. 2:25 to go in this opening period. Shots on goal, 8-4 in favor of Lawrence Tech. Calvin will skate it out into the neutral zone, try to throw it into the Lawrence Tech zone. And instead there's a lead pass. Reyes tries to chase after it. Now it's deflected out to center ice. Back and forth we go. Coming up on 2 minutes left to go in the opening period. 1-0 Lawrence Tech. Austin throws it deep down into the Lawrence Tech zone. Puck played now out into the neutral zone. Here comes Lawrence Tech quickly up over the line. Trying to make a play on it was Jeff Rand. Play now deep in the Calvin end. Lawrence Tech with the pressure, but Calvin able to skate it out to center ice. Play tipped down by Clomperens into the Lawrence Tech zone. They'll go up against the boards. 90 seconds left to go in this opening period. Holloman will chase back after it for the Knights. He'll dump it down around the boards in behind the Lawrence Tech goal. Not a whole lot of scoring chances here in this opening period for the Knights. Lawrence Tech defense very stingy. Harth has it now in his own zone. He'll try to outlet it to Lammers. Lammers skates it up over the line, tipped into the Lawrence Tech zone. Back and forth. Philo will have it right in front of us. 1 minute to go here in this opening period. And it's dumped back down into the Calvin end. Puck played in behind the goal. There's a centering play. Held in over on the far side. Trying to make a play on it. In behind the goal. Now played deep in the Calvin end. Played in the corner. Still chopping away at it. Both teams trying to come up with the puck. A half a minute to go in this opening period. Now it squirts loose. And here comes Calvin with an opportunity. They try to dump it down out of the zone. Still in the neutral zone area. Some pushing and shoving going on as it's played out to center ice. 14 seconds left to go in the period. Played around the boards in behind the Calvin goal. One last opportunity maybe with 6 seconds left. Backhanded, and it'll go in the neutral zone area, and that's going to do it for the opening period of play. 20 minutes in the books in this Vezina Cup semifinal. Luke Radu, the power play goal at 7:35, has given Lawrence Tech a 1-0 lead. And Parker, what do you think after 20 minutes of play?
Well, the biggest thing that I've seen, especially in the past 5 minutes, Lou, was just the sloppy passing from Calvin. They weren't able to create any chances, and the only chances that they did end up getting past the neutral zone were completely fizzled out by the strong LTU defense. That's something that they need to go into the locker room and correct in going into the second period. They've got to make plays, and they've got to connect on those passes. You saw in the very beginning of that power play, or excuse me, the very end of that power play, that sloppy pass created a very good-looking chance for LTU to get a shorthanded goal. It was fizzled out by the Calvin defense, but that's something that needs to be corrected going into the second if they want to stay in this matchup.
All right, 1-0 our score after 20 minutes of play, 8-4. The shots on goal, advantage in favor of Lawrence Tech. we're going to step aside, catch our breath, and we'll be back in about 13 minutes for the second period of play. 1-0 Lawrence Tech here on MCHC TV. Welcome back, everybody, to the Patterson Ice Center MCHC TV and the Vezina Cup semifinal action between the Calvin Knights and the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. We've got one period in the books. It was a period dominated by Lawrence Tech. They've got a 1-0 lead thanks to a power play goal by Luc Radu at 7:35. Yours truly, Captain Lou, along with my tag team partner, Parker Morrison. And Parker, Lawrence Tech is all as advertised, the number one team in the land with a 1-0 lead. Calvin going to have to look to try to get a little bit more offense going. Only 4 shots on goal in the opening period.
Well, as I mentioned in the pregame, Lou, Calvin has played as the underdog all season. They continue to do so coming into the second period. Talking to the coach, he said, I think we've enjoyed kind of playing the underdog role this season. I'm not sure how many teams in the league would have put us in this weekend at the beginning of the season, but we're excited to be here. So moving into the second period, they're going to keep that same ideal, and they're looking to bounce back. They had a little bit of a sloppy play style in the first. They lost a lot of the puck on their stick. They weren't able to connect tape to tape, and it was just overall dominating LTU defense. So they're going to look to bounce back from that, and LTU is going to look to continue to do more of the same and more of what they've been doing all season long, sitting at number 1 in the ACHA, 23-3-1.
Well, the winner of this game tonight, as we are just about set for the second period, will take on the winner of Hope and Oakland in the Vezina Cup final tomorrow night. And we'll get to listen to the dulcet tones of Reagan Cleaves tomorrow, as that game over there, third period about set to go. And it's all Hope 3-0 over Oakland, as Hope looks to get back in the national scene, back to the championship form, but one step at a time as they look to get to the championship game in the Vezina Cup. And we've seen Hope play 1,000,000 times. They know what it's like to get there.
Well, Hope sitting at number 2 in the nation right now, sitting at a nice 22-5-0, just in front of GVSU and just behind Lawrence Tech.
You know, in the pool play setup down at St. Louis for the Nationals, Hope and Calvin are in the same pool, so they're going to meet on day number 2 in the pool play in that national tournament scene. That's going to be amazing, because we all know that Hope travels, their fan base travels no matter where they go, and so does Calvin. That's going to be a pseudo Ottawa County, Kent County matchup coming up in a little under 2 weeks, so really looking forward to that. Lawrence Tech back out onto the ice now as we will switch sides. Calvin now will come out as well, as these two teams will get set for the second period. They're going to switch ends as Lawrence Tech will go from right to left on your television screen and computer dial in their home white uniforms with the blue numerals, blue helmets, blue pants. And for Calvin, they'll be in their road dark maroon jerseys with the gold trim, gold helmets, white number or gold numerals, white lettering on the back of the jersey. So Parker, really looking forward to see if there's going to be what kind of adjustments these two teams make.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Lou, one adjustment that neither team is going to be making is the physicality. It's going to stay at the top of their game the entire rest of this game. And moving into the second and the third periods, I don't expect it to see it die down whatsoever. These two teams are in a battle to try to win the Vezina Cup. Nothing's going to stop them.
We talked about it at the top. This is the premier elite conference in all the land in Division III. 14 out of the last 15 national champions have come from the MCHC. The only one that didn't was in 2019 when Sioux College ran amok in D3. They, by the way, lost in the D2 regionals here at Patterson earlier this afternoon to Drury by the score of 5-3. All right, we're underway as Calvin now will take possession of the puck. They'll dump it down in the Lawrence Tech zone. Again, going from left to right as a big hit in behind the Lawrence Tech goal, held in at the blue line. There's one that whistles wide of the goal. Philo couldn't hold it in. This one's going to go back into the Calvin end, so a little over 30 seconds into this one with a 1-0 second period lead. Puck played down into the Lawrence Tech zone as chasing back after it is showing. He throws one deep into the Calvin end. There will be no icing. Quickly chasing back after that one. Making a play on it deep was Will Gents. Puck played out in the high slot area, held in, but now trickles out to center ice. Lawrence Tech back to chase after it as Gents again comes up with it, tries to make a play in behind the goal. Wraparound try. Kicked away by Warrose. Played out on top. Peterson has it there. He'll play a little bit with the puck, and they score! Tipped in off the play of Peterson, and I believe that's going to be Connor Juhas with the goal. Time of the goal, 1:15.
Well, the vision there was a nice redirect, and they executed perfectly. That'll put them up 2-0 pretty early in the second period. Less than a couple minutes have been, or excuse me, just over a couple minutes have been played. LTU extends their lead by another one, and we're back on center ice.
1:15, the time of the goal. 19th goal of the year for Juhas, and it's now 2-0 Lawrence Tech. Boy, that's a big goal. Sometimes those goals in the first couple of minutes of a period can be a backbreaker, as Lawrence Tech with all the momentum now with that 2-goal lead. Puck played out to center ice to Haas. We'll try to make a play on it. He's bounced off the puck. Penalty call coming up to Calvin, and we'll get another power play opportunity for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, you can see over in the corner there, Biblo's not having it with the ref on that call. 2 minutes now into the box for number 28 on the Knights.
Riley Austin will go to the penalty box for the Knights. Time of the penalty, 1:41. Roughing, I think, may have been the call on that one. We'll wait and see. But nonetheless, tripping indeed will be the call. Thank you. As the puck is played out to the blue line now. Third power play opportunity for the Blue Devils. This would be huge if they can capitalize on this extra man opportunity. Puck played out on top. They'll skate it over into the high slot area. There's a one-time shot deflected and thrown down the length of the ice.
Well, a good clear for Kelvin and much needed there, Lou. That was a dangerous chance.
Here we go now as Lawrence Tech will come up with possession of the puck. They'll skate it down quickly into the Calvin end, and a centering play deflected. This one's going to roll back out to center ice. Gents had to come back after it. Lawrence Tech had to get onside. Juhas in on the power play. He got that tip in for the second goal for Lawrence Tech. Now a 2-0 hockey game. Puck played over on the far side. It'll roll over here now. They'll chase back after it. Trying to make a play shorthanded is Postal with his speed. Puck played back out to center ice. Calvin will lead up a little more of the penalty time. 50 seconds left with the extra attackers. 17:05 to go. Opportunity again shorthanded. Now it'll trickle out to center ice. Played there by Percival. He tries to make a play on it. Nifty stick work by Lawrence Tech to get it into the zone. Played over on the far side. Barnes will chase back after it. He skates it on top. There's a shot. Whistled wide of the goal. Played over on the near side. Reyes will play it there. He throws one towards the net wide, and it's loose right to the doorstep. Calvin comes up with it. They're able to clear all the way down towards the goal as Prisbillo will play it and hand it off. 10 seconds left in the Lawrence Tech power play. 16:20 to go in this second period. 2-0 Lawrence Tech. Puck played over the line over on the far side. Power play is over. Now 1 for 3 with the extra man are the Blue Devils. Puck played now out to center ice. Now it'll be played into the Lawrence Tech zone. Otson, his shot shouldered away by Prisbillo. Now it'll be played out into the neutral zone. Philo takes it there. He'll dump it back down. We'll get a couple of changes for the Knights. 15:55 and counting in this second period. 2-0 Lawrence Tech. Lammers will play it right at the neutral zone. He's knocked down. And we're going to get a penalty call coming up to Lawrence Tech. A trip in front of the Calvin bench. And they better be careful here. We may get another. So now Calvin with an opportunity with the extra man. Time of the penalty, 4 minutes and 18 seconds. a power play coming up for Calvin on a trip.
Well, they flipped that power play for LTU on its head. About 40 seconds of that was spent on offense for Calvin. They've, after the first power play and after giving up that goal, learned how to crack down on defense, clear the zone, and honestly spend time in their own offensive zone to take down LTU.
DeHaas with his second penalty of the night now. He'll be in the sin bin for 2 minutes. Calvin with their second power play opportunity. Puck deep in the Lawrence Tech zone. Big hits over in behind the Lawrence Tech goal, held in by Rubeline. Play in the slot. There's an opportunity wide of the goal. Yakinen with a great chance. This one deflected. Here's an opportunity, shorthanded, coming in on goal with a shot, and he scores! Shane Percival with the shorthanded goal, and it's 3-0 Lawrence Tech. Time of the goal, 4 minutes and 44 seconds.
Well, Lou, we talked about this going into the second period. Calvin needs to clean up their sloppy passes. They've done it all night, and they do it again. They turn it over. A Blue Devil takes that one down the length of the ice and capitalizes. You can't give those up, and they did just there, so we'll head back to center ice.
Percival, his second goal of the year. It's a shorty at 4:44. And if that's been one Achilles heel, maybe with Calvin, sometimes those lazy passes and those come back to bite you. A short-handed goal unassisted at 4:44. It's a 3-0 lead. Again, Lawrence Tech with the play into Calvin end, short-handed. And it'll be deflected back out to center ice. Still 1:05 left in the power play for the Knights. Now, let's see what the Knights can do. Otson will chase back after it. Held in at the blue line. Bibelos has it there. He'll play it over here to Lammers. Lammers now back out on top. There's a shot. Swigert's shot deflected in the slot area. Taking one for the team was Oda. Puck played in the right side. There's a shot. Bibelos kicks it away. Held in at the point over on the far side. There's a play as Lugie tried to make a play on it. Deflected over on the far side. Half a minute to go with the extra man. Puck played now out to the point. Schweigert held it in, but now it's going to be played offside and with a hand pass to boot. And we'll get a face-off down into the Calvin zone. 14:04 to go here in this second period. 2 Lawrence Tech goals, a shorty by Shane Percival, the latest, at 4:44 has opened up a 3-0 lead.
Well, the physicality is ramping up for the Calvin offense, and it doesn't have any stop.
11-7, the shots on goal in favor of Lawrence Tech in the contest. Puck played in behind the Calvin goal. Now 15 seconds left with the extra man, and looks like we could get a nope. They're going to wave off the icing. Puck played in behind the Lawrence Tech goal. Calvin comes up with it. They need to get something going. They hold it in at the blue line. There's a centering play deflected. Redersma will chase after it over on the far side. Little give and go now, and Lawrence Tech able to get it to trickle out of the zone. Both teams at full strength. 13:30 and change left to go. Second period, Lawrence Tech up 3-0. Puck played down into the far side. Around the boards it goes. They'll dig away at it in behind the Calvin goal. Calvin comes up with the loose puck now. They'll skate it out into the neutral zone. One handing it right in front of us. Redersma drops it for Holloman. It'll be played briefly in the Lawrence Tech zone, but now they'll come back up with it. Oh, good play by Postal to hold it in. Tried to feed an oncoming Knight, but instead deflected out to center ice. And we get a whistle and a stoppage of play. So Parker now, Calvin's down 3-0 against this very, very tough Lawrence Tech team. They're going to need a break to fall their way.
Well, they really are, and with 11-7 in favor of LTU shots on goal, Calvin's got to get a few more opportunities. They've had a good few slot passes, no one home to put it away. They've got to work on connecting, going tape to tape, and finishing their plays.
Face-off controlled by the Knights. They'll play it around the boards. Back out to center ice now as it's played back and forth. Percival with the shorthanded goal backhands it down towards the net. It'll be played off around the boards. Philo tries to play it a little back and forth as Calvin will look to get something going. Puck played in the neutral zone, now down into the Lawrence Tech end. Chasing back after it, Yakinen. They'll dig away at it in behind the Lawrence Tech goal. Penalty coming up to Calvin. And a trip is going to be the call. Yakinen, I believe, is going to go to the penalty box, or actually, I believe that's going to be Philo. We'll wait and see. All right, it's Oberski. Third time's a charm.
Well, the second time in the sin bin in the second period, it's going to be hard for them to come back, although they've done phenomenally since that first give up in the first period. Calvin looking to just stop this, getting their special teams out on the ice. Special teams, special players, that's what they say about a lot of these teams.
Fourth power play opportunity for Lawrence Tech, now 1 for 3. As Oberski with his second penalty of the night, they play it around the boards, look to clear the zone, and they do all the way down, and Prisbillo will come out of the net to play it. Lawrence Tech will regroup now. They'll skate it out to center ice. Randall play it one-handed down into the Calvin goal. He comes in, and he scores! Oh, my. As it's a rather easy goal by Reyes, actually, number 24. And just like that, it's a power play goal, and I think we're going to get a goalie change for the Knights. Time of that power play goal, 8 minutes and 3 seconds.
Well, Zachary Reyes, 18 points in 19 games played. He's had a great season, and he extends that again today, beating not 1, not 2, but 3 Calvin Knights down the left-hand side. And that's going to cause a goalie change for Calvin. They've got to get something figured out here.
Indeed they do. 2 for 4 with the extra man, as we're going to get a timeout called by Calvin, and it looks like it's going to be Garrett Walker will come in relief of Rose, as Garrett Walker on the year 7-2, 196 goals against, 934 save percentage, and 3 shutouts. So, you know, we talked about it, Parker, at the beginning, taking advantage of the opportunities, the miscues. That's what it could come down to, and Calvin, unfortunately, has been the team making the miscues, and boy, has Lawrence Tech made them pay.
Well, no matter where you're looking, if Calvin's going to make a mistake, LTU all night has been there to capitalize. So we'll head back to center ice. 4-0 is your score.
3 second period goals. Lawrence Tech opening it up here in this second period, showing why they're ranked number 1 in the land in Division III. Puck played now still in the Lawrence Tech zone. Shot played in behind the goal. Now it'll be still played deep in the Lawrence Tech end. They chop away at it, trickles out into the neutral zone area. Now here's an opportunity coming up the other way with a shot. Walker with the save. Gents looking for his 12th of the year. This one will roll down into the Lawrence Tech zone. There will be no icing. Prisbillo will come out of the net to play it. It'll roll over now to the near side. Puck held in by Genzel. He'll drop it off now, played up over the line to Haas. Nifty move to bring it down in behind the Calvin goal. Puck played over on the far side, 4-0 in favor of Lawrence Tech. Puck played over in the near corner. They'll chop at it over there. Now it's going to be lifted out to almost to center ice, held in at the blue line. Now it'll roll down into the Lawrence Tech zone. Nothing still over on the other side, Hope and Oakland, as that's in the latter stages of that game in the third period. And there's a goal right there off the rebound. And Calvin's on the board. Time of the goal, 9 minutes and 30 seconds. As it looks like it's going to be Keegan Oberski lighting the lamp for the Knights.
Well, Lou, they really needed that one if they wanted to stay in this game. Oberski coming in at 19 points, 7 of those goals, 12 of those assists in 25 games played. He's helped put this Calvin offense back in the game. 4-1 your score, 10:30 left to go. Calvin needs to recreate exactly what they just did a couple more times if they want to stay in this one.
Keegan Oberski banked one in. Time of the goal, 9:30. And Parker mentioned it. That was a big goal as they talked to the captains here after the goal. 4-1 our score. Calvin now on the scoreboard. We'll see if that can turn the momentum around for the Knights. Puck played around the boards deep in the Lawrence Tech end. Now over on the far side, held in at the point with a shot. Prisbillo gloves it off. Played over now on the near side, held in by Philo. He's knocked off the puck. Played over in the near corner. It'll be played right on the side of the goal. Deep in the Lawrence Tech zone, held in at the blue line with a drive. Kicked away over in the near corner. Oberski plays it in behind the goal. Barnes will chase after it. Puck held in at the point. Now it's played out to center ice. Here's an opportunity up over the line with a shot up into the safety netting. Taking that time by Schmeier, and it's now still a 4-1 game with 9:48 to go in this second period.
Well, the Knights have their life back. They've shown their momentum swinging ability, and that's exactly what they've proven so far. They've been able to keep it inside their zone as we'll head back to a face-off.
Off that face-off, held in at the point. There's one deflected. Lawrence Tech holds it in. There's one that went wide over in the near side. Now it's going to be played out to center ice. They dig away at it and throw it down into the Lawrence Tech zone. Postal will chase after it. Deep in the Lawrence Tech zone. Still down in the far side. And we're going to get a penalty call coming up here. I believe it's going to be to Calvin, a trip. So Lawrence Tech will go back to the power play. Their fifth. 2 for 4 tonight. With the extra man, time of the penalty, 10:38.
Well, you just got that momentum swinging goal, and you give it all up right as you get that penalty. That'll go on Tommy Postal. That's going to hurt him a little bit. He's got 17 points, 8 of those goals, 9 of those assists. So that dominating LTU offense will head back on the power play.
Indeed, they win the face-off clean as well. Gents has it at the blue line over on the far side. There's a blast right into the glove of Walker. He gets tested, and he's up for the challenge. A blast over there on the far side, taking that time by Juhas, who's got a goal here tonight, his 19th of the year. He got the opening goal of the second period at 1:15 to make it 2-0. Now a 4-1 game off the face-off. They hold it in at the blue line again. Played over on the near side. Holmes will play it. Back out on top. Gents, there's a shot. Gloved off. Walker will gobble it up. And we'll get another face-off with 1:38 to go in the extra man. 9 minutes to go here in this second period.
Almost had a rebound opportunity for LTU. Walker did a great job of using his stick to push that into his glove to get a stoppage on the play, give everyone a breather. Fresh bodies out on the ice as we go back to another face-off.
It'll be to the left of Garrett Walker. Calvin looks to win this one, but they can't clear the zone. Held in at the point. Now it'll be a cross-ice pass to Holmes. Back out on top. Gents pulls one in the slot. Tried to get it to Rand. His play deflected. There's one that went through the goal crease. Back out on top. Radu will hold it in. He got the opening goal on the power play tonight for Lawrence Tech. There's a shot. It's loose right out in front of Wild. Scramble. Still loose. And it's played into the neutral zone with a high stick. Gents will have to play it back. And we're going to get a face-off down in the Lawrence Tech zone, as was played with a high stick.
Well, Walker earning his come in this game. That was a scramble, a very dangerous chance for LTU to score there. Walker holding his ground, though, a brick wall so far as we go all the way down to the LTU zone. A very, very big face-off for the Knights.
Sova against Radu, and it's won by Lawrence Tech as they'll come up with the puck in behind their own goal. A minute to go with the extra man. 8:15 to go, second period. They'll skate it up over the line. Radu with an about face, and this one will be thrown back down into the Lawrence Tech zone, and they'll chase back after it. Sova quickly goes after it shorthanded. He's hauled down as it's played over on the far side. Played now right in front of us at center ice. The referees from Calvin that paid to get into this one did not agree with that call, or non-call, if you will, down on the other end. So we get a whistle. And I think we may get a penalty coming up here to Calvin. Silva's going to go to the penalty box. Oh boy, this is a huge break for Lawrence Tech.
Well, fans and the Calvin bench in absolute uproar as they thought either a tripping, interference, or roughing could have been called down on the other side in the LTU zone. No ref's arms went up into the air, and then on the offense for LTU, they'll send Gabe Silva to the box.
Indeed, I didn't see the call or the penalty. I don't know if they're calling unsportsmanlike. I'm not sure. We'll get the official call on it as the referees are talking to the Calvin coaching staff and to the captains out at center ice. So you talk about a huge time of this game right now, Parker. Down 4-1. Calvin will be down 2 men for 34 seconds. Boy, if your penalty kill was ever strong, it's got to be now.
It really has to be. You're down for 34 seconds, a 5-on-3, and that's just going to kill you, especially against an LTU offense. They're ranked number 1 in the nation for a reason, and it's because they take advantage of power plays. They've done so twice tonight, Lou. They're looking to keep that up if this call stands.
Boy, you can see Austin Heisinger, the head coach at Calvin, is not happy. He's let the referee know. Very, very upset about that non-call down on the other end. And he's giving it to him. 5-on-3 is going to be the play for 34 seconds. I think he may have a legitimate beef on that non-call, as it looked like the Lawrence Tech player hauled him down. But instead, we've got a 5-on-3 now for Lawrence Tech. Puck held in off the faceoff at the blue line. It'll be played now back over on top. Little give and go as they look to set one up. This one played wide, chasing back after it. Calvin looking to try to make a play on it. Diker, but instead it's held in at the point. Juhas has it, drops it off to Holmes. Holmes back out on top. There's a drive, right out in front. It's loose again, and they score! Off the rebound, second and third opportunities, and it's a power play goal. Time of the goal, 12:30. And it's now 5-1 in favor of Lawrence Tech.
Well, the entire Calvin bench really not happy with that one, as they think they should have gotten a call there that put them on a 5-on-3 or a 3-on-5. And LTU again capitalizes off of that, Lou. We talked about it in the pregame. We talked about it in the first, and we're talking about it in the second here. They take advantage of those penalties. They did so again, so a 5-on-4.
Second power play goal of the night for Luke Radu, and it's now a 5-1 game as it's played back into the Lawrence Tech zone. Wild scramble in front of Garrett Walker as now the 6th power play opportunity for Lawrence Tech. 3 out of 5 so far, and I don't care who you are, if you give up 3 power play goals, it's going to be tough to win any contest, as it's now played around the boards by Prisbillo. Now Calvin with their backs up against the wall. Lawrence Tech can smell blood as they're up 5-1 now. Puck played out at center ice. Puck held in at the center ice line. Calvin looking to kill off some more of that penalty time, and they do. 45 seconds left with the extra man. 6:40 to go here in this second period. Both these teams looking to get to the Vezina Cup final tomorrow night here at Patterson Ice Arena. A lot of great hockey coming up. Here's a play right out in front, and Calvin's able to play it down the length of the ice. If you're a fan of great hockey, ACHA style, it's the D2 regionals all this weekend here at Patterson, and also the Vezina Cup final tomorrow night in D3, the best conference in all of the United States. Puck played in behind the goal. 10 seconds left with the extra man. 6 minutes to go here in this second period. They'll chop at it over in behind the goal. There's a centering play deflected out into the blue line area, held in. There's a turnaround shot by DeHaas. Played over on the far side. Now here comes Calvin. They'll try to make a play on it. Oberski up over the line. His play deflected right to the goal. and Prisbillo will glove it off and hang on. So now Parker, 5:39 to go, 5-1 in favor of Lawrence Tech.
Well, Calvin's really looking to get another goal to try to just swing a little bit more momentum in their favor. Right now, it looks like they're running out of gas, and as you mentioned, LTU smelling blood.
We'll get a face-off to the right of Prisbillo. Owen Diker tries to win that face-off. Lawrence Tech, again, really strong on the face-off. Overall, their game is just so phenomenal as Walker will glove it off. And, you know, we talk about it a lot here tonight, Parker, but you can't make mistakes against the #1 team in the country. And you got to, you know, if it doesn't go your way, you got to keep your cool. And, boy, has Lawrence Tech made him pay.
They really have. Number 23 for the Blue Devils, Luke Radu, taking 2 of those penalty kill, or excuse me, power play goals, and he's looking to take another one.
Hope looking to inch themselves closer to the final tomorrow night. Now up 4-0 over empty net goal, so that means that game's just about over. There's a shot deflected out of play. So Hope with a 4-0 advantage over Oakland, going to yet another Vezina Cup final. Boy, it's gonna, with them in it, it's gonna be a dandy. You know, you're gonna have a packed house here tomorrow night, as we'll get a face-off down in the Calvin end. Lawrence Tech looking to get to the final themselves, as we now have a face-off controlled by Calvin. They'll dump it down into the Lawrence Tech zone. Played out to the blue line. Lawrence Tech will dump it, and it'll be played into the Calvin bench. This will be the 4th time for the Dutchman of Hope to make it to the Vezina Cup final. Well, Parker, I remember a Vezina Cup final I watched with Aquinas 7 years ago. Aquinas scored a goal from center ice. It was a non-empty net center ice goal. They caught Adrian College napping in that final, and it was that was the year they went on to win the national championship against Calvin down in Columbus. Off the face-off, puck played right at the blue line. Now into the neutral zone area. Calvin will come up with it. They'll play it off the boards, down, around, in behind the Lawrence Tech goal. Shine takes it out to center ice as it's played right in front of the Calvin bench. 4:40 to go here in the second period. They'll chase after it over on the far side. Lozier tries to make a play on it as it's played down in between the rings, down in the Lawrence Tech zone. Stretch pass deflected down in behind the Calvin net. 4:25 to go in this second period. Puck deflected out into the neutral zone. Now they'll play it at center ice, up over the line with it. Back after it, making a play on it, Stawinski. Cross ice pass over on the far side. This is going to roll down into the Calvin end. There will be no icing as we approach 4 minutes to go here in this second period. Puck played out at center ice. A big collision right in front of us. Holloman taking down Stawinski, and we're going to get an offside call. 3:54 to go. 5-1 in favor of Lawrence Tech.
Well, the physicality, as I mentioned earlier, Lou, has not stopped whatsoever, if not ramped up. Calvin trying to get as many hits as they can to whittle down this LTU offense, but the Blue Devils defense has been the story for the past couple of minutes, fizzling out every single Calvin attack.
We get a whistle, or we get a little discussion with head coach Ken Gaffney, as Lawrence Tech has scored 4 goals here in the second period. A shorthanded goal, a power play goal amongst those goals, as we get another whistle, as we've got 3:50 left to go here in this second period. So Lawrence Tech jumping out to a 5-1 lead as we approach the latter stages of the second period. Face-off will be outside the Calvin blue line. Oberski will take the face-off against Percival. Played around deep in the Calvin end. Puck played out into the neutral zone. Stawinski tips it down as we get a final score over on the other side. So Hope indeed will make their 4th Vezina Cup final as they shut out Oakland University 4-0. We get an icing call, And a little momentum collision in behind the Lawrence Tech goal. 3:29 to go here in this second period. 5-1 our score.
Well, LTU's defense, Lou, has been phenomenal over the past few minutes, fizzling out every single attack Calvin has tried to submit down. They can't get anything set up. They're just having to dump it. They're forced to dump it into their own zone. Can't set a play up, can't get stuff moving as we head to a face-off.
Back at center ice off the face-off. Barnes will just throw it down around the boards. Has a look to Lugie after he does that. Lugie tried to lay some lumber on him as it's now played. Here's a giveaway. Deflected out to the blue line, and it'll be played out into the neutral zone. Lawrence Tech had to get onside. 3:05 to go, second period. Lawrence Tech jumping out to a 5-1 lead here in this second period. Out shooting them 11-6 in the second period as well, as we get a whistle.
Well, you mentioned the shots on goal, Lou. 19-10 in favor of the Blue Devils right now. It's just a fact. It's going to be a bigger likelihood that you are in the lead if you've got more shots on goal. Simple fact of hockey, and proves again truthful here tonight.
Prisbillo's played very strong in net. That goal scored by Calvin, kind of a flukish goal, caromed off his shoulder, I believe. As there's a centering play right out in front. One of the few opportunities for the Knights here in this contest. Oh, a big Malachi crunch hit. And right in front of us at center ice. That one's going to hurt. And another one right in front of the Calvin penalty box area. You talk about the physicality as it's played in behind the goal. Schweigert took a big bump as it's played back out to center ice. Here comes Calvin. Oh, another big hit right in front of us again. Man, my shoulders are starting to ache just feeling that hit as it's played by Prisbillo, and he'll glove it off as Klomparens was coming towards the net. So, tell you what, Parker, these big boys are starting to lay some big lumber.
Well, we mentioned the physicality mainly from Calvin throughout the game so far, but the past 30 seconds, LTU's been hammering the Knights on the physicality standpoint. One right in front of the Calvin penalty box. That one hurt.
Boy, it sure did. It was a clean hit. Boy, it sure laid the lumber. Dotson centers one. It's going to go back to Rubeline over on the far side. There's one that whistles wide. Rubeline will hold it in over here in front of us. Play it over in the far corner. Trying to get a one-time opportunity. Tipped over on the far side. Under 2 to go here in this second period. 5-1 our score. One played in the high slot. Now out to center ice. This one will roll back down into the Calvin end. They'll chase back after it. Otson plays it right in front of us. Now it's backhanded down into the LTU end. Ooh, a centering play by Rebelos, but nobody home, and Lawrence Tech will come up with it. Peterson will play it out into the neutral zone area. Lawrence Tech in the midst of a change. 80 seconds left to go in this second period. A high-powered second period by the Blue Devils, asserting themselves as the #1 team here in the country as they chop at it over in the near corner. Still chopping at it with now a minute to go in this second period. Calvin finally comes up with it as they'll slow things down to try to get a little bit of momentum, maybe get a last-minute goal here to gain something to go into the locker room after 2 periods of play. They'll skate it down, play it off the boards. Diker tries to make a play on it, but Lawrence Tech with numbers. Play it around the boards with 38 seconds to go in the period. They kick away at it. We get a whistle and a stoppage of play, a little bit of pushing and shoving going on. As a little come together meeting there with 34.7 left to go here in this second period. They'll separate them now as we get close to the end of the period. So now if you're Calvin, you got to try to maybe get one last goal here in the last 35 seconds. Parker, get any kind of momentum here as Lawrence Tech has really dominated.
This is a must-win face-off for the Knights. They've got to get something off quickly here if they want to stay in this game.
Face-off won by Calvin. They throw it down towards the back of the goal. Centering play, nobody home. Deflected over on the far side. Played deep in the Lawrence Tech zone. A big hit taken down and a whistle. We're going to get a penalty call coming up here. And I think we're going to get a Calvin power play opportunity now. We'll see. I don't know. I'll wait. I should have waited and see who goes in the penalty box. I think Oberski actually may be going in. He is. Little takedown. So I got it backwards. It looks like we're going to get a Lawrence Tech power play. Their 7th of the night.
Well, Lou, this is the exact opposite of what you wanted if you're a Calvin Knights fan. With 20.7 seconds left, you can hear the fans aren't happy with that call.
Well, I think they may not be happy, but I think it is the correct call on that one, Parker. As he took him down, it was almost like a WWE power not really a power slam, but a takedown, if you will. Played back out to the blue line, right in the high slot area, and that's going to do it for the second period of play. As it's been all Lawrence Tech, 4 second period goals. Connor Juhas at 1:15 is 19th. Shane Percival shorthanded at 4:44. Zach Reyes at 8:03 on the power play. Luke Radu on the power play, and it was Keegan Oberski, the only goal for Calvin. That's where we stand, 5-1 after 40 minutes.
Well, it was as soon as Radu scored that 5th goal for the Blue Devils where they smelled blood in the water, and they took it to the Knights. Every single hit, every single shot on goal took a little bit of the wind out of the Knights. And Lou, these weren't just regular hits. These were huge. Knights falling to the ground left and right. They're running out of gas, and LTU is only filling up their tank.
Well, we're going to have 1 minute and 40 seconds left of a LTU power play when we begin the third period, as we're going to step aside here shortly. 5-1 our score. Lawrence Tech on top of Calvin, looking to advance to the final tomorrow night to take on Hope. We'll be back in about 13 minutes for the third period here on MCHC TV. Welcome back, everybody, as the third period is just about set to go here in this MCHC semifinal, as the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils have raced out to a 5-1 lead after 40 minutes of play. Yours truly, Captain Lou, along with my tag team partner, Parker Morrison. And Parker, we talked about it numerous times, but boy, you can't afford to make mistakes against this Lawrence Tech team, and Calvin unfortunately did, and the Blue Devils have raced out to a big lead.
Well, Lawrence Tech proving why they're number one in the nation, sitting at a 23-3-1 record, and also, most importantly, Lou, why they're 2-0 on neutral ice. They've played phenomenal thus far in the Vezina Cup in the semifinals, and it's clear that they want it more right now. They've capitalized on 3 power play goals and a shorthanded goal, which is helping them out in their 5-1 lead so far, Lou. It's been a dominating performance.
Well, it's not over yet, but Calvin will open up with they're going to go on the penalty kill, as there's still 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the penalty to Keegan Oberski, which this is his third penalty of the night, as they look to put it back on the scoreboard. As we're still waiting for that, as we do have an extra man here for Lawrence Tech, their 7th power play. And now, but if you're Calvin, you got to kill this penalty real quick and get on the scoreboard early and often. They switch ends. Lawrence Tech in their home white jerseys going from right to left, or left to right rather. There's Lammers with a shorthanded try, deflected out of play. So that's what they need right now. Try to flip the script quickly to get back into this one.
They've got to start setting things up, and that's exactly what they did there. They didn't perform any sloppy passes that caused a turnover. They continued and tried to get a shot off on goal. They did. That was their best look that we've seen in a while.
Face-off will be to the left of Presbillo, as this again, a big penalty kill for Calvin, and if you're Lawrence Tech, a goal here would go a long ways to putting this one in the books, as they'll skate back in their own zone with the puck. Going to be played back there by Will Gents. Now played out into the neutral zone area, but Calvin steals one shorthanded again. Postel grabbed by the head, and we're going to get the penalty call coming up to get to Lawrence Tech. So that'll negate the power play, as going to the box will be Holmes. Time of the penalty, 38 seconds.
Well, that'll mean after the penalty expires for Calvin, they'll go on the power play for 57 seconds. They haven't been able to capitalize on any of their opportunities on the man advantage thus far. They've really got to capitalize on this one coming up.
Not a smart play that time by Holmes, but nonetheless, 4-on-4 for another 58 seconds, 19:15 to go in the third period, a 5-1 lead. Barnes will skate it up now over the line into the Calvin zone. He'll do an about face back to Lozier. Now over on the far side, there's a drive that whistles wide of the goal. And there's another one thrown at the net that Garrett Walker will hang on to. So we'll get a face-off, a little over a minute gone in this third period. Lawrence Tech up 5-1. And, you know, with the physicality and the penalties being called, got to keep the cooler heads out here, Parker.
It's been a very physical game thus far. Not looking for it to stop.
Off the face-off, Calvin comes up with the puck. They'll play it off the boards out to center ice. This is going to go just wide of the goal. Presbillo will stop it, and Lawrence Tech will just throw it back out to center ice. Riley Austin will try to make a play on it, but it's going to be played there by Reyes for Lawrence Tech. They'll chop at it over in the near corner, digging away at it. Calvin trying to come up with it. Now here's an opportunity with a shot. Walker able to make the save. He didn't see the puck. He got the benefit of the whistle, and we'll get a face-off in the Calvin zone with 9 seconds left of the 4-on-4 before we go into a power play for about 57 seconds.
Well, that was a must-needed stop for Walker. If they let another one up there, that could have been the nail in the coffin. Walker makes the stop and sends us to a face-off.
Diker and Juhas on the face-off. This one will roll into the neutral zone. Calvin will come up with it in their own zone. They'll play it now out to center ice. Diker will chase after it. Oh, he's hit! And a penalty call coming up to Lawrence Tech. And we'll get the delayed call now, a 5-on-3 potentially coming up here for Calvin. And Bibelos in frustration as we'll get another call coming to the Blue Devils. Elbowing will be the call. Goebel will go to the box. So here's the opportunity Calvin has to capitalize on.
They really do, Lou. This is a must-needed capitalization for the Knights. You have a 5-on-3 opportunity for 42 seconds and then continuing the power play 5-on-4 for just over another minute.
Fourth opportunity with the extra man with that 5-on-3. 18:04 to go regulation time. Face-off won by Rubeline. He'll play it over on the near side. Little give and go on top. He throws one that's deflected, gets his rebound into the slot area, and Lawrence Tech will come up with it. They'll just lift it down the length of the ice. 25 seconds left with the 5-on-3.
Lou, again, another sloppy pass from Calvin results in a turnover and a zone clearance for LTU.
Here comes Yakinen quickly up over the line, skates it over in the near side. Good defensive play by Barnes. Played over in the near corner, 10 seconds left with the 5-on-3, and again, puck thrown down into the Calvin zone. That'll lead up the opening penalty. Now we'll get a 5-on-4 for about a minute 18. They'll bring it up over the line into the high slot. There's a play right out in front. Still loose. And a whistle as the goal comes off its moorings. And we get a big pile up outside the goal as they come together over in the near corner. And they'll try to separate them now with 17-14 to go here in regulation time.
Well, it looks like a Calvin player there, Lou, tripped and fell on top of the goalie for LTU. And clearly, whenever you hit another goalie, that team's not going to like it, and they'll send each other to the boards. We'll await the calls from the referee.
So we talk about this. We talked about it at the break. One of the things now, if you're LTU with a 5-1 lead, you got to keep your cool. You don't want anybody gone for tomorrow night should you hang on to this lead. Owen Diker will go to the box for the Knights. And it looks like Barnes will go to the box for the Blue Devils. So coincidental minor penalties there. Time of the penalty 2:46.
Well, you're absolutely right, Lou. If you're LTU, you really don't want any major penalties that send one of your players off for tomorrow night. You're going to be facing the number 2 team in the nation of Hope College, and there's a reason that they're up there with you. They've played phenomenal all year. They're going to play phenomenal tomorrow, and if you're going to play such a strong team, especially offensively, and keep up with them, you're going to have all of your star players that have produced for you this season.
All right, they're getting the explanations. Barnes' penalty is up on the board at 2:46 as they talk about it now at the scorer's table.
2 minutes up on the board now for LTU as well.
Well, they got the wrong number up for Calvin. So I was going to say 55. I didn't know that one. But they got it back over on the LTU side. And I think Diker went to the penalty box, so let's see what they're going to put up for him. As this 5-1 lead, 4 goals for LTU in the second period. A shorthanded goal, a power play goal, and a couple of even strength goals. Coincidental minors will indeed be the call. As we will get it still a 5-on-4, I believe. So 2:46 left, or the time of the penalty rather, here in the third period.
Yeah, they've yet to put Calvin's penalty up on the board there.
Yeah, I don't know what the reason is for that yet.
We'll await the PA to fill us in and we'll fill you guys in as soon as we figure out what that call will be.
Well, it looks like we've got a 5-on-3.
Oh.
A 5-on-3 indeed for a minute 11, so no on the coincidental minors. There's a shot right into the bread basket of Prisbillo, so Diker, we've got a 5-on-3 situation like you said, Parker. We'll wait the official announcement on this one, so we'll see what they do here. A minute 6 left with a 5-on-3 for Calvin. Boy, this is a huge break for the Knights as they look to try to get something going here with the extra man. Out on top, Lugie plays it over on the far side. They'll play it around the boards, held in. Now at the point, Lammers has it. Played over in the slot with a shot. There's another opportunity with a shot. And gloved off by Prisbillo. And we get some pushing and shoving after the play.
Well, in all the commotion, we couldn't understand what the PA said there.
And we got another penalty coming up here to Lawrence Tech. So this is interesting. Now that penalty box is full for the Blue Devils as Jentz is going to the box. So he's going to serve a penalty.
Well, Lou, you mentioned that LTU needs to keep their cool. And they've done the exact opposite since you've said that. They've sent 3 guys off into the box for the Blue Devils. We'll await the call.
Jentz goes to the box. The time of his penalty, 3 minutes and 15 seconds. So it's going to show up on the Calvin side only because they don't have enough room for all the penalties. So again, Lawrence Tech kind of losing their cool, maybe reacting. 5-on-3. And that penalty will start when the last one expires. So we'll keep an eye on that. So, boy, Calvin really has to take advantage of this one, Parker, given a golden opportunity to get back into this one.
Well, with LTU being ahead and taking so many penalties, they've basically served Calvin an opportunity to score here and get back into this on a silver platter.
I don't think Coach Ken Gaffney wants this much work on the penalty kill, but now it's going to be fought for over in the near corner as they dig away at it. 30 seconds left in the original penalty to Lawrence Tech. Played out on top, Yakinen, kind of a lazy pass. Here's an opportunity, shorthanded, coming in on goal. Johas with a shot, just wide of the goal. Oh, and he paid for it afterwards. Penalty call coming up to Calvin as he was hammered into the boards. And they'll check in on him. He went full bore into that one, shorthanded. He paid for it. And Calvin now will go to the box on that one. So the penalty's starting to mount up here in this third period as Yakinen will head to the box for Calvin. Time of the penalty, 3:42.
Well, Lou, again, it's Calvin with sloppy passes. We talked about it in the first. We talked about it in the second, and they're back at it again in the third. They can't seem to go tape to tape, and that is the third turnover that's caused an opportunity for LTU to score shorthanded. They've capitalized on one of them thus far.
Juhas has a goal here in this one. He got the opening goal of the second period at 1:15 as Yakinen will be in the box for 2 minutes on that play. Boy, it could have been a lot worse, man. That was a very dangerous hit as the face-off now will be down in the Calvin zone. 4-on-3 with the face-off as tension's starting to mount a little bit here in this third period. Off the face-off, Oberski will get the puck, and he'll skate it out of the zone. Puck played down in the Lawrence Tech end. They'll play it off the boards. Rubeline will have it hop over his stick. Now we'll still have a 4-on-3 for another 45 seconds. That other penalty on Lawrence Tech necessitates that. There's a shot by Radersma, shouldered away by Prisbillo, and this one will go down the length of the ice.
Lou, LTU's penalty kill has been absolutely phenomenal. A perfect 100% on the night so far.
Here we go now as it'll be played by Harth. He'll dump it around the boards and behind the Lawrence Tech goal. 15:33 to go. Regulation time, 5-1 our score. Here's a play. We got a penalty coming up now to Lawrence Tech. So a delayed call coming up. We're going to get another 5-on-3 opportunity here shortly, as it'll be dumped down. Oberski will dump it down into the Lawrence Tech zone. And again, another 5-on-3 coming up.
Lou, LTU keeps handing Calvin these opportunities left and right. We've had, 7 penalties in the first 5 minutes of the third, and Calvin unable to capitalize on any thus far. They need to get one here because they're down by 4 goals. You've got 15 seconds left in playtime. If they want to have a chance at this Vezina Cup title, they've got to get one in here.
Actually, it's going to be 4-on-4, or 4-on-4 for 54 seconds, and then 5-on. I'm losing track here.
We need a bigger
54
scoreboard.
seconds left on Jakinen's penalty. So right now there is 4 skaters out for Calvin, 3 for Lawrence Tech. So a 4-on-3 for about another 48 seconds, and a 5-on-3 for about 15 seconds, and then a 5-on-4 for about another 48 seconds after that as we get a whistle. So the penalties mounting here in this third period. Still 15 minutes left to go.
Well, for everyone watching at home with the penalties, we're just as confused as you are here.
Off the face-off, Lawrence Tech tries to clear it. They can. It's played out to center ice. Played back into the neutral zone. Lammers will drop it off. Calvin will look to regroup. 4-on-3 as Lugie one-hands it up over the line. The captain for Calvin plays it out on top to Otson. Otson inside the blue line, plays it over on the far side. Little give and go now as they look to try to get one past Prisbillo. There's an opportunity. Lammers' shot is wide. Oh, it's in the crease area. Dropped off to Otson, and we get a whistle away from the play. Oh, the net's off its moorings, so we'll get a whistle. 10 seconds left in the 4-on-3. And then another opportunity for Calvin with a 2-man advantage.
Well, Lou, again, LTU just handing them these penalties. They have to capitalize, down 4 goals pretty early into the third.
All right, face off to the right of Prisbillo. This one will be gloved off after the face off. So another one will be in the Lawrence Tech zone. 7 ticks of the clock left here in this penalty situation with the 4-on-3.
Calvin working on equalizing the shots on goal, 20-18 now in favor of LTU.
Off the face-off, played over in the near corner. They'll dig away at it over there. Held in at the point by Schweigert. Here comes Yakinen. Now it's a 5-on-3 for another 10 seconds. There's a shot off the goalpost. And Calvin will come up with the carom. Played out inside the blue line. Schweigert again over to Yakinen with a shot. Deflected away in the slot area. Now a 5-on-4 for 48 seconds. Played over on the far side. That one whistled wide of the goal. Now played over in the near side. And it'll be played down into the neutral zone. And Diker will backhand it out to center ice. Now played out of the Calvin zone. A half a minute left in the penalty. 13:38 left to go. Regulation time. Owen Diker gets the puck knocked away from him. He'll try to chase after it in behind the goal. Puck played around the boards, and we get a whistle as it looks like the goal again comes off its moorings, which it does. 17 seconds left. Calvin unable, Parker, to take advantage of all these extra attackers.
Well, no matter how many men were out on the ice for Calvin and how little were out for LTU, the Blue Devils did not stop for a single second on defense, clearing the zone left and right, stopping every opportunity the Knights had, clogging the lane, and the goalie for LTU doing a phenomenal job at making the stops when most needed.
All right, now we'll get a face-off to the right of Prisbillo. 17 saves for him as the face-off now fought for, and LTU will come up with it. Juhas will skate it up into the Calvin zone. Shorthanded comes in. His shot kicked away by Walker. Puck played over on the far side. Rebound fought for. Now Calvin will come up with it. Both teams back at full strength now as it comes up over the line in on goal with a shot, and he scores! Coast to coast, the Knights get on the scoreboard. That's going to be Tommy Postel with the speed. Time of the goal, 6:54.
Well, Postel's going to pick up his 9th of the year, and that was the most must-need score opportunity for Calvin. Ironically, it comes after it becomes a 5-on-5, and they've had so many opportunities on the 3-on-5, 4-on-5, and they score as soon as all the penalties expire.
Big goal for Calvin. Now it's a 5-2 lead with a chance now to get a little bit of momentum. Potentially could get LTU on their heels. We'll wait and see as it's held in at the blue line. There's one thrown wide of the goal, bounced in behind the net, and it'll be gloved off. 12:46 to go, regulation time. Now a 5-2 hockey game in favor of Lawrence Tech.
Well, don't count Calvin out just yet. Even though they're down by 3, they've been trying to equalize those shots on goal. 21-19 in favor of LTU, but they're working on bringing it back. You got 12 minutes and 45 seconds left to create some chances.
Off the face-off, the puck deflected down in the Lawrence Tech zone. There's a centering play deflected. Now played over on the near side. Here comes Lawrence Tech. Radu will skate it up over the line, drops it over to DeHaas. Puck deflected high in the air to the right of the goal, deep in the Calvin end. The Knights now will play it out to center ice. Little give and go. Genzel will steal it and backhand it down into the Calvin end. Radu will chase back after it as well. There's a centering play. Oh, there's a riser up over the top of the goal. Played over on the far side, coming up on 12 minutes to go here in this third period. Puck played in the Calvin end, now tipped down into the Lawrence Tech zone. They'll chase after it down there. Lawrence Tech trying to come up with it. Collision in the zone. No call on that one, as Schleier comes in with an odd-angled shot, knocked down in front of the net. He comes up with his own rebound. Now here comes Yakinen. Yakinen will dump it down into the Lawrence Tech zone. 11.5 to go now in this third period. Puck played back out to center ice. Big hit right in front of us. Lugie laid it on Percival now as Calvin will come up with it briefly. Percival, he's got a shorthanded goal tonight as they pin it up against the boards. 11:15 to go here in this third period. They still chop away at it to the right of the goal. Pinned up against the boards, ticking off precious seconds if you're Calvin, as they've got to try to get another one here in the next couple of minutes to really make this thing interesting. Puck played around the boards and deflected into the safety netting. 10:55 to go, third period. It's now a 5-2 hockey game.
Well, those precious seconds, Lou, are going to come down to the wire if Calvin's able to get a couple more to hit the back of the net. And when you have those last couple seconds, they could be game-changing. So good job by LTU to waste as much time as possible while they're ahead.
Off the face-off, deflected in the slot area, knocked down by LTU. There's one that's thrown wide of the goal, held in over on the far side. Rubeline, or Bibelos rather, held it in. Now it's played down into the Calvin end. Rubeline will chase back after it. We'll get an icing call and a face-off in the LTU zone.
Big face-off for Calvin here. You got 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to make something happen. They've got to not only get 2 more goals, but also get the equalizer on top of that. They're down 3, and they need some momentum as of right now.
7-2 the shots on goal in favor of Calvin in this third period. 21-19 overall, as we'll get another icing call and another face-off on the other end. So what's at stake, Parker? A chance to play the Hope Flying Dutchman tomorrow night in the Vezina Cup final, as the 3 teams that are remaining are all going to St. Louis for the Nationals, but this Vezina Cup championship is definitely huge. Off the face-off, they'll skate it out to center ice. They'll dump it down into the Calvin end, and Garrett Walker will glove it off as a little commotion in front of the Calvin goal. No harm, no foul, as we're down to 10:19 to go here in this third period.
Well, that commotion could have ended bad for the Knights. Luckily, a couple of the teammates there held them back from trying to push and shove. Calvin cannot give up a penalty right now.
No.
Putting LTU back on the power play could mean destruction for the Knights.
0 for 7 tonight on my count for Calvin with the extra man. LTU 3 out of 8. Oh, there's one that kind of handcuffed Walker as they threw it towards the net as we approach the halfway point of this third period. Puck played over on the far side. They'll throw it around the boards. It'll rattle around there, and Calvin looking to clear, but they can't. Now they do, as Diker will play it over to Otson. Otson now, his pocket is picked as it's played over into the neutral zone. Now down into the Calvin end. They chop at it there. Played on the near side. Now it's going to be played in towards the net. Rand tried to stuff one past Walker, but he gloved it up with 9:40 to go now in the regulation time.
Well, in the third period, Walker's played phenomenal. He's had really good goalie dictation on which ones to glove and which ones to throw back to his teammates. That one there was definitely in need of a glove. Put a stoppage on the play because LTU could have had that back door right there.
Calvin looking to try to solve Prisbillo rather, here in this third period. They were able to get one past them, but they need more. Time definitely not on their side as we're approaching 9.5 to go in this third period in a 5-2 lead. Puck played in the Lawrence Tech zone around the boards over on the far side. Back out to center ice we go. This one will be thrown back down in the Lawrence Tech end. 9:20 to go, third period. 5-2 our score. Puck deflected out to center ice. This one's going to go down into the Calvin end. Schweigert will chase after it, as well as Austin. Couple of changes for Lawrence Tech here as it's played here at center ice. Oberski tried to make a play on it in the neutral zone as we get a stoppage. Now under 9 to go, regulation time, win a 5-2 lead.
Well, you're down 3. You got to get something going here. You've only got 8 minutes, 57 seconds left to go. And against a very strong LTU defense, you are going to need every last second of those.
Face off just outside the Lawrence Tech blue line, dumped down into the Calvin end. DeHaas will chase after it. There's a shot, shouldered away by Walker. Played over on the far side, held in the high slot area. Still loose, and it's now dumped out to center ice. Goebel will play it over on the far side. 8.5 to go here, clock rolling, and we get a whistle and another stoppage. Puck will come down into the Lawrence Tech zone.
Well, 24-19 in total for LTU's favor for shots on goal, and it shows they're up by 3 pretty late into this third period. We head to another face-off.
And it's held in now. Quickly, it's back out to center ice. Showing some wheels going the other way. Genzel with a centering play. Nobody home as they play it over on the far side, near side. Now out to center ice. Klomparens trying to make a play on it to Sova. Played now in around the boards in behind the Lawrence Tech net. Coming up on 8 minutes to go in this one. Puck lifted down into the Calvin end. They'll chase after it. There will be no icing. DeHaas bounced into the boards, and we're going to get a penalty call coming up to Calvin. Not a smart play that time by the Knights. And Lawrence Tech will go to their 9th power play here of the night.
Well, if you're a Calvin Knight fan, that is the exact opposite of what you wanted to happen. Putting yourself on the man disadvantage is not what you want going into this. 8 minutes left to go. You're now on a 4-on-5. This LTU offense, this LTU power play has been phenomenal all night. They've gotten, 3 in now, Lou? and they're not going to try to stop here.
Boy, they're lucky. That could have been a lot worse than a 2-minute penalty that time. He got boarded pretty good. Austin going to the box. 5-on-4 now, and the face-off and the play will be gobbled up by Walker. So if you're Lawrence Tech, you get a power play goal here. I think it's Katie by the door with a 4-goal lead with under 8 to go. If you're Calvin, you need a big, big play, some type of a shorthanded goal or to kind of cut this lead to 2. Roughing the call on Austin as it's played now right in front of us. Walsh tries to make a play, and Calvin will just lift this one down the length of the ice.
Yeah, if LTU can get another goal here, that should be the dagger. But Calvin looking to come back and try to get a shorty to narrow this lead.
They're going to need something here quickly as it's dumped down into the LTU zone. Played around the boards over on the near corner now. Played in behind the Lawrence Tech goal. Harth trying to cause some commotion shorthanded. There's a rising shot, shouldered away by Prisbillo. Played right in front of us at center ice. Rubeline dumps it down into the Lawrence Tech zone. Under 7 to go, regulation time, a minute left in the LTU power play. Puck deflected. It'll be played out to center ice. Cross ice pass, nobody home. Kind of a rare sloppy pass by Lawrence Tech as DeHaas skated up into the Calvin zone. 40 seconds left in the power play, 6:35 regulation time. Held in at the point, thrown around the boards. Jahus, there's a centering play. Played in behind the goal. Now this will roll out to the point. Held in by Gents plays it cross ice over on the far side. Into the high slot. Radu with a couple of goals tonight. There's an opportunity. There's a shot taken. Oh, rebound opportunity, a whiff. That time on the shot by Holmes. And we get a whistle. 6:07 to go here in regulation time. And Radu will go to the penalty box for the Blue Devils.
Well, this is a must-have for Calvin. And not only is it a must-have to get that penalty, it's a must-have to capitalize on this penalty. They've got 10 seconds left in their own. We'll be on a 4-on-4 until then. And for a minute and 50 seconds, they'll be on the power play with the man advantage, and they need to capitalize on this. For about a minute of that power play for LTU, it looked like Calvin was the ones on the power play as it was just dominant in their offensive zone.
All right, Calvin needs one quick and fast. 7 seconds left of the 4-on-4. Schweigert has it on top. Backhands it over on the far side. They'll chase after it there. Now Calvin with a minute 45 left with their 8th power play over on the far side. There's a shot right into the glove of Prisbillos, and he'll hang on. 5:46 to go. Regulation time, and you wonder, could you see Huizinga pull Walker for the extra attacker here to make it a 6-on-4? What do you got to lose?
Well, with 5:46 left to go, not sure I would do that, but you know what? Calvin has been playing from behind all year.
Puck played over on the near side, held in by Schweigert. He throws it over on the near side. Now it'll be lifted out into the neutral zone. They'll chase back after it. Lammers hauled down. We're going to get a penalty coming up to Lawrence Tech as Lammers was tripped up right in front of us. And now we're going to get a 5-on-3 for a minute 20.
LTU again just handing out these power plays left and right to Calvin on a silver platter. They're basically giving them an opportunity to come back in this one, and as soon as the referee threw his hand up there, you could see the LTU goalie put his glove on his head, shake his head, because he knew he was going to have to put in a little extra work these next 2 minutes.
14:33, the time of the Gents penalty as it's played over on the near side. 5-on-3 with a shot, and Prisbillos will glove it up. And I'll tell you what, should Lawrence Tech hold on to win this one, I got a feeling that head coach Ken Gaffney is going to have a little chat with his team afterwards and he'll say, you do this against Hope tomorrow night, we aren't winning.
Well, that chat's probably going to involve doing some laps.
Well, it very well could. Loogie over on the far side. There's a shot deflected in the slot area. 5 minutes to go here in regulation time. 5-on-3 for the Knights for another 53 seconds. This one's flipped out of play, so this will bring the face-off outside the Lawrence Tech blue line.
Looks like he tried to get a bank pass there to send it down to another Knight. Ends up just flipping it into the LTU bench. Could be a fatal mistake.
4:59 left to go, regulation time. Puck played over on the far side. They'll chop at it there. Calvin comes up with it. Playing it out on top. Yakinen plays it on the far side on top. Rubeline thought about it. He shoots one in traffic. Oh, a juicy rebound over to the far side. Rubeline again. He throws one towards the net, deflected. Back over in the near corner now. Diker over on the far side now played out. Back, and it's over the outstretched arms of Diker and back into the neutral zone area. 20 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Puck deflected now into the near corner. Diker will chase after it, held in by Yakinen. They play it around the boards. Now Calvin does. Oberski tries to drop one off. 5 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Played over on top, and this one will be played back out to center ice. Radersma's pass deflected. Calvin now looking a little discombobulated with the extra man for another 30 seconds. Puck played down into the Lawrence Tech zone. There's a shot! Just wide of the goal. Under 4 to go now in this third period. Opportunity at the doorstep. Instead, they bring it out on top. Calvin trying to solve Prisbillis, but they are running out of time. 3:35 to go. They've got 9 seconds left in the power play. And they're going to finish up, it looks like 0 for 9 with the extra man as this one's lifted down into the Calvin zone.
Well, a few sloppy passes there, Lou, are going to cause some turnovers and result in no goals.
Ooh, Walsh almost had an opportunity. Now here comes Radersma. Quickly up the other way with a shot. Rebound! Slapped away at the last minute. Oh, another opportunity for the Knights. Here the other way, Walsh has it. He throws one and Walker kicks it away. 3 minutes to go, regulation time now. As Lawrence Tech will play it out to center ice, Walsh will dump it down in behind the Calvin goal. We'll get some fresh legs out there for the Blue Devils. Calvin now the clock against them with 2:45 to go. Regulation time. They'll bring it up over the line. Played in behind the Lawrence Tech goal. 2:38 to go. There's a shot shouldered away by Prisbillos. Played around the boards deep in the Lawrence Tech zone. 2.5 to go. Now it's played deep in the Lawrence Tech zone. They get it out to center ice. Couple of changes for the Blue Devils and a couple of changes for the Knights. 2:15 left. A 5-2 lead for the Blue Devils. No icing on the play as Walker will throw it around the boards. Played out into the Calvin zone still. 2 minutes left to go in this Vezina Cup semifinal. Lawrence Tech looking to get to the finals to take on Hope. Here's one the other way. There's one deflected high, wide, and outside and out of play. 1:53 to go, Parker, in this one. And it's looking more and more like an LTU Hope College final tomorrow night.
Well, the story all night, Lou, has just been the sloppy passes from Calvin. It's caused turnover after turnover and even resulted in a shorthanded goal.
0 for 9 with the extra man for Calvin. 3 for 8 for LTU. That's the difference here tonight in this 5-2 game. Puck played with a wraparound opportunity. Kicked away and a whistle as the collision knocks the goal off its moorings. Calvin trying to pull out all the stops.
Oh, with you're down 3 goals here, if you want to even think about pulling your goalie in the last minute 30 seconds, you've got to get a goal off and you've got to get one quick. This is a must-have face-off for the Knights.
Oberski will take the face-off for the Knights. They dig away at that face-off. This will be poked out into the Calvin end. Philo will chase after it. Played around the boards. right in front of the Calvin bench now. Played now into the Calvin zone, chasing after it was Peterson for Lawrence Tech as it's played off the boards. Now 1:15 left to go, regulation time, clock ticking away on the Vezina Cup tournament for Calvin. Lawrence Tech looking strong, looking to advance to the finals. DeHaas with a nifty move to eat up some time. Under a minute to go in this one now. Looks like it's pretty much all over but the shouting as it's deflected into the safety netting and out of play with 53.3. So Parker, it's looking like the top two teams in all the land will be playing tomorrow night for that Vezina Cup trophy and momentum going into nationals.
Well, Lou, it was the 5th goal that Redu scored on the power play that seemed to be the dagger in this Calvin defense.
Off the face-off, Lawrence Tech will throw it around the boards. Big hit over on the far side. They're going to let that one go as it looked like a hit from behind. Could have been a cross-check, but with 42.7 left to go, the face-off will come back down into the Lawrence Tech zone.
You can really see Calvin just ran completely out of gas those last 2 minutes, and LTU, as we mentioned earlier, smells blood in the water.
So 1-0 after one period of play, but then it was 5-1 after 40 minutes. Calvin with the only goal here in the third period, Thomas Postel at 6:54. That's been it. That's all they could muster against Prisbilos as this one's lifted out into the neutral zone. 35 seconds left. Calvin had to get onside. Lawrence Tech with possession. Genzel will try to flip it down into the Calvin zone. He does. That'll eat up a few more seconds. We're down to 20 seconds to go as this one's played around the boards. Cross ice pass. Radersma will tip it down into the Lawrence Tech end. 15 seconds to go. Held in by Holloman, or plays it over to the side of the goal, and that's going to about do it here tonight. Lawrence Tech will advance to the Vezina Cup final with an impressive 5-2 win over Calvin University.
The top two teams face off tomorrow. Number 1, Lawrence Tech. Number 2, Hope College.
The only goal scored in the third period by Thomas Postal for Calvin at 6:54. Shots on goal in the third period, 14-8 in favor of Calvin. But the big stat, as we mentioned, 3 for 8 on the power, 3 for 9 out of the power play for Lawrence Tech, 0 for 9 for Calvin.
Well, that huge second period really took the wind out of the Knights' offense. LTU absolutely dominant in the second period, much more even come the third. Unfortunately, Calvin wasn't able to capitalize on any of the opportunities the Blue Devils handed to them.
Well, that's going to do it here for the semifinal. It shapes up number 1, LTU, number 2, Hope College tomorrow night. The tag team of Devin Serra and Reagan Cleaves is going to have their work cut out for them to see if they can fill the mighty shoes of you and I, Parker, as we're going to have a dandy Vezina Cup final tomorrow night. I invite everybody, if you're going to come to this one, get here early. It's going to be SRO, I think, for this one, as these two teams are looking for a great matchup. All right, that's going to do it here tonight. Once again, our final score, Lawrence Tech 5, Calvin 2. For Parker Morrison, this is yours truly, Captain Lou, saying keep your heads up, keep your sticks down, keep your feet moving, and as always, keep your minds open. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on the MCHC TV network.